Public comments. Public comments. Liaison comments.
Thank you for your service and keep up the great work.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, Chairman's report. She's not here, so I say we skip that one for now. 19 update. COVID-19 update is we're getting each week that goes by, we're getting more and more people in town that are getting positive for COVID-19. In the spring, we saw a lot of people from the nursing home and the assisted living facilities. This time, it seems like we have a lot more residents being affected by this strain coming around. We're ramping back up. We haven't really closed off, but we are ramping back up. We're going to start changing our protocols again to address the higher number of people getting infected. We are having a problem with DPH where we're hearing 4 to 5 days earlier when somebody's getting infected, and then by the time it gets to us, by the time it goes through DPH, QVHD, and then gets over to the town of Woodbridge, there is like a 4 to 5 day delay, and then we get them. We seem to get a bunch of them. Seems like the big day we get a lot of them is Thursday. In the last 2 weeks, I want to say we've gotten probably close to 20 plus people infected. When we go to these houses or buildings that are COVID positive, the guys are gearing up in Tyvek suits. They're taking every precaution necessary, air packs, the whole 9 yards, and then we come back and decon everything at the scene, and then we come back and decon it back at the station and put it back into service. It is a problem, the time delay, because we are hearing numerous people getting it, and then, like I said, 4 to 5 days later, we're getting notified of it. So we're trying to figure out what to do exactly, and at this point, we're almost treating everything as COVID positive. We're taking extra precautions, and if it does come back COVID positive, that's when they'll dress up with the Tyvek suit and air packs and go in to do what we got to do. But we are working on it. I anticipate in the next week or two, depending on where our numbers go, we'll probably go back to remote meetings on Tuesday night. We'll have to figure truck crews out like we did in the springtime, and also training. We're trying to limit the exposure at the firehouse. Once again, we still have our cleaning crew. We have a cleaning company that's in, plus we also have William that comes in for 19 hours a week to clean and go over surfaces and keep everything as clean as possible so we don't infect anybody. My biggest fear is that we get somebody here infected and we're going to have to quarantine quite a few people, firefighters. So we're very vigilant on that and trying to keep it as possible. Supplies, we're doing pretty good on supplies. We tried to stock up as much as we could from late summer, early fall, and we're trying to grab whatever we can grab. Gloves, masks, face shields. So in that aspect, we are doing okay. I know the high school had an issue where they're shut down now. Beecher Road schools had a few kids already. So like we're seeing now is it's not just hitting the older population like it really did hit hard in the spring and this late winter, early spring. It's actually hitting the younger people now. So it's I think the older people are being more cautious, wearing masks, being as safe as they can, but it is hitting the younger population right now. So that's what we're seeing in town. Any questions on COVID? Okay. Going back to meeting minutes, is the approved meeting minutes, back meeting minutes? Mike, do you want to take that up now, or do you want to wait until Karen? You got to unmute yourself, Mike.
I said, let's wait for Karen, because I don't have this stuff in front of me.
Okay, current financial statements. Let me see if I can pull those up for you guys. Can you guys see that?
I can, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so going through, the ones to really pay attention to right now is it's going to be cleaning custodial right here, 53100. We started with 16,000. We've already available budget is 5313 left. We're going to overrun that budget based on COVID. Cleaning has gone way up. Just cleaning supplies have gone up. And just to keep everybody safe, this is going to be the first year we'll overrun that budget. And once we have COVID back under control, I don't see that going over budget anymore. But this year is kind of funky just because of COVID. So that's an important line that's going to go over. All our other lines are pretty good right now. Nothing crazy as of yet. But we're also in November, so we'll keep an eye on different things. Right now, our repair maintenance machine line, we're okay with right now. And once again, we'll probably see where we are in another month or two like we normally do. Going on with the water bill, I did get a call back from I got a call from Tony today that we have an issue with our water usage bill at the firehouse. Somehow, some way, we got to look into it tomorrow morning first thing. Between July and October, the firehouse has used 3.5 million gallons of water, which is impossible. That's not hitting the hydrant. That's actual water in the building. So our water bill is $20,000. So it's definitely an issue. We have to look into it. We don't know if it's a meter issue or we have an actual leak somewhere in the ground. But we're looking into that first thing in the morning. I got notification about 3:30 this afternoon and tried to get a hold of the water company and was unsuccessful. So I'll keep you guys afloat on what's going on with that. Any other questions on the budget? Okay. Our capital budget, hang on, let me just blow this up. Okay, can you guys see this now?
I can, yes.
All right. So this is our capital budget. We had to submit it last week. This is a draft. This needs to be ratified, and you guys need to vote on this tonight. Let me go through it. So this year, The first thing is we need to replace some AMPGIS tools and some AMPGIS equipment. We have two portable units. We have two portable power units that basically the jaws of life and the cutters and spreaders work off of. Those two we've been piecing together now for some time, and we cannot get parts anymore for them due to the fact they're over 20 years old and they stopped making those units. So parts have become non-existent. And also with two AMPGIS rams, those are the rams that we use where if we have to push a dashboard off of somebody in a car or lift a vehicle, those rams are non-repairable. Also, we have one AMPGIS spreader, one AMPGIS cutter that needs to be replaced due to the fact that age and we can't get parts anymore and the seals are leaking, so they have to be replaced. This is a really important item this year. What's nice about this is AMPGIS has come a long way, and just all the power units have come a long way in the last 20 years, where we can do this with battery-operated equipment. So we're looking for $42,000 to replace two rams, a spreader, and a cutter. The portable power units we don't need to replace anymore because we're going to use the battery-operated system. So that number, 42,000, would just be for the actual tools itself. The two power units that we do not need to buy, that saves us roughly $20,000. So that number really should be like $62,000 to $65,000, and we're able to do it with the battery-operated tool. So we're at 42,000. So it's a good thing that we didn't have to replace everything, but we do have to replace those tools.
Sean, was that a budget item?
It's going into our capital budget for next year for FY22.
Okay. There'll be funds available for it?
Well, we have to go through the budget process through Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance, the capital budget presentation, and then it's got to, once it goes through all that, if they approve it, goes to the town meeting in May and gets approved, hopefully, and then we can order up the equipment.
Okay.
Next project is Engine 3. Engine 3 is the engine we just took delivery on. We put in $180,000 into each year to pay for the truck. That's what Tony said to put in for. That number may change. It's not going to change that much. It depends on the financing that he gets for the actual truck. So we're going to have to start paying for that in FY22. Any questions on that?
Did that come in yet?
Air pack. I'm sorry?
Did that come in yet?
Yeah, the truck is actually at the firehouse, and we're actually putting equipment on it and making changes and everything else. So I anticipate that truck going into service in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. So it'll be good. Air packs. Air packs were taken out. We don't owe this. We actually paid it off. So it was a missed thing. I talked to Tony about it. So we're all set with air packs. So you could tear that up. We're not going to be submitting that. Engine 9. Engine 9 is the next engine we're looking to replace. This is the 1995 E1. Going to be 28 years old in FY22. If you remember, when we replaced Engine 7 was 23 years old, and we had a lot of problems with it. We're starting to have a lot of problems with Engine 9. Just keep in mind, even though we have it out in FY23 and we'd like to order it now, it's roughly 12 to 16 month build time. And then once we take delivery of the unit, we actually don't pay for it. If it depends on the financing, we usually end up paying for it in the rears, meaning we won't pay for it most likely until FY24. So even though we have it in FY23, it depends on how the financing would go, but realistically, we wouldn't see a payment to FY24, possibly 25. Any questions on 9?
No.
Car 201. This is a 2008 8 Ford Expedition. This thing's been in the budget for the last couple of years now. I was hoping to get it this year. They need to replace this vehicle come next budget cycle. This vehicle, I'm hoping, is going to make July 1, which I seriously doubt. We're having serious rot issues, big time mechanical issues, the head gasket, other mechanical issues with the truck. We need to replace this year. We've kicked it down the road enough, and we really need to replace this vehicle. Otherwise, we're going to start dumping big money into it, and the vehicle is just not worth it. The vehicle is going to be 14 years old in 22, and it's beyond its useful life. The next one is the aerial. I know the aerial is a hot topic. This is something we really need to address at some point. We put it in FY24 for $300,000, and it's in the budget for 1.2 right now, just because of a 6-year capital plan. But it's most certainly going to cost in the area of about 1.5 million. And this is a vehicle. I mean, we have the aerial now. The association purchased the used one in 1992. And we've gotten some good years out of it, but it's coming to the end of its life, and we really need to think about replacing it and figuring out what we're going to do here to get through it. So that's where we are. And then we did the empty school. So any questions on the capital budget? No questions?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, Mike, you need to make a motion, or somebody needs to make a motion to approve the capital budget as it was presented.
I'm sorry, Sean, what did you say?
You guys are going to need to make a motion to approve the capital budget as presented. Otherwise, if you want to make a change or something, just let me know.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the capital budget.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. Tina, you got that? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Sorry to keep you waiting.
All right, that's okay. We started. So we're under Fire Chief's report. We just started that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, 1 second before Karen. Mike, you made the motion. Who seconded the motion? I did, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. And all in favor. Okay, thank you.
All right, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
All right, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The phone dropped. Okay, receive report, apparatus report. The apparatus is doing okay. Like I said, engine 3 just came back, had some warranty work done, and hopefully we're going to get that truck back into service get that truck into service in the next couple of weeks. Engine 9, we talked about that on the capital budget. We are working on a spec on that, and hopefully going to have a spec completed by the end of the year, if not the beginning part of next year. And we'll get that over to you guys and then to the Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance, hopefully to get it approved and go out to bid and all that other fun stuff. Truck or treat went really well. We had probably around 600 cars to go through. It was good. Everybody commented how safe it was. Everybody had masks on. We had 3-foot basically tongs to hand candy out. It was 100% completely touchless event, and it was good. And we had a lot of kids dress up in the vehicles, and they all had a great time. We had a lot of good positive feedback from that, so it's good. Santa, we can't obviously do Santa at the firehouse this year like we normally do because of COVID. We are looking to do something where we can go to some of the needy families in town, and with Santa staying in the fire truck and just dropping some stuff off on their doorstep to help people out through the holidays, to make sure the kids have a good Christmas and good holiday. I do have some numbers for you guys. Let's see here. Current tab. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm going to show you some numbers through the last 5 years where we are fire call wise. We're actually up again. These storms have really been pushing numbers, and just overall we've been doing good. So let me share my screen again with you guys. If you guys have questions, just ask. I can't see you when I'm sharing my screen here. So can you guys all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So this year to date, not even a full year. Our year will end December 31st. We've already had 517 calls. Last year, we had 539 calls total. The big year we had was 2018, where we had 758 calls. And then you could see how the trend has been going. So the trend's been going up. And at 517, we're not, I don't think we'll reach 758 calls unless we have a monster storm, but we're going to be between 2018 and 2019. We'll probably be in the 650 call range. So if I go to the next slide, here are our staff hours for the years. So in 2020, this year alone, we're already at 6,821 hours. Last year, we were at 6,700 hours. And in 2018, when we had a couple of big storms, we were at 6,968 man hours. Next slide we go to, let me just rotate the view. This is for 2020. So you can see the types of calls that we're going to. False calls, 112. Hazardous conditions, 250 calls. Rescue medical service assistance, 7. Fire explosion, no heat, 3. Actual fires, 23. Special weather events, 58. Good intent call, 44. And service calls, 20. If I come down here, view. Oh, hang on. Wrong way. Okay. So here are some statistical information if you guys are interested in. Just for this month alone, for October, we were at 531 man hours. In 2019, we're at 306. 2018, we're 203. So on and so on. So you can see where we're trending. So we're usually up in that. We've been the last 3 years, so we've been trending so far in that 7,000 hour range. And I think this year we'll break that 7,000 hours. You guys have any questions on any of these slides? You want to see them again?
Nope.
Sean, it's Susan.
Yes.
I have a quick question. What's
Sure.
a good intent? What's a good intent call?
It's a good question because it keeps changing. A good intent call could be like your neighbor burning in an outdoor fire pit, and you call in because you're concerned about him. You go there. There is no necessarily emergency, but it's more of a.
It's not harassment or malicious.
It's not harassment. It's just a good intent call. You were worried
Okay.
about your neighbor because they were burning and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hang on 1 second, guys. We're getting a call.
Barrett Parkway, fire call.
Yeah, there's a
Sean,
fire
I'm
up
gonna
on the
sign
Parkway.
Sean.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay, so that's where we are. Karen, you want to take over?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. You just finished with your chief's report?
Yeah, and we did basically the assistant chief's report because I had the information on my computer.
All right. How about the fire marshal's report?
Sure. We had 2 fires since the last commissioners meeting. 15 Seymour Road, the fire did significant damage to the structure. They'll be out of it for 6 months. And then we had a fire on the 3rd floor of 330 Amity Road, the Linden. That did minor damage. That was a power strip. The maintenance staff sprayed fire extinguishers through the door at the same time they were calling the fire department. The fire extinguishing material did more damage than the fire. But those were the 2 fires we investigated. I did 16 inspections, 6 plan reviews. I consulted with 6 different people about various projects around the town. And then I was in training for a day and a half on fire investigations, as a matter of fact. Other than that, Halloween, I think it went well. Truck or treat. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Karen, I actually do have one other thing under my report.
Yeah.
So this weekend they did a microgrid test, and we had some issues at the firehouse where it looks like we have a bad UPS. Building UPS went bad, and we're doing some more research on it. We have the electrician coming out to find out what's going on. The building UPS is the original building UPS from 11 years ago when it went in.
All right.
And it
What is
looks like
UPS,
when
Sean?
they went to,
What do you mean UPS?
it's the basically a battery backup. So we have battery backup on life safety equipment within the building, along with the computers, servers for town hall and stuff like that. And it looks like we took some type of surge when they tested the microgrid and went through the battery backup. And it looks like we're going to have to replace it at this point. Which is not uncommon. It's probably at the end of its useful life. It's already 11 years old. So this is going to be something we're going to end up going to the Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance for very shortly, because this is definitely a big deal. I was on the phone with Tony today to discuss it and figure out our next plan. It looks like when they did the microgrid test the other day, we actually burned out, looks like at least 2 cameras in the building, a TV, and possibly we may have done something to the card access system. Looks like it went right through the building. So we are looking into what other damage we have. He was going to reach out to UI and put them on notice.
Mhm.
But this is stuff we're going to have to take care of right away.
Will the UI cover that, Sean?
Depends. Depends. He was going to put them on notice and let them know the damage, and they should cover some of the equipment. The battery backup is going to be maybe not. That's going to be up in the air. But if we have to replace the battery backup, it sounds like from our IT people, and just if I looked at the radio battery backups, I mean we're on a bigger scale than the radio backups, and those radio battery backups are roughly 13,000. I'm going to say this is going to be in the area of about $15,000 to $18,000 to replace.
Yes.
That's definitely going to have to come. We don't have money to cover that in our budget. That would definitely be something that we would have to hit contingency on. But let me get some more information on it, and I'll keep you guys afloat. The other thing is Mike Boucher, who's the town consultant that the town hired for dispatch, is finishing up his report, and I was going to talk to you guys later, but I have an email where if you guys would like to give him a call, schedule a Zoom meeting or whatever, to tell him your feelings on dispatch or how you think it could be improved or any problems that you have with it. They want people from the association to call, people from the fire commission. They send it out to all town hall employees and everybody else. So if anybody has anything to add about dispatch, forward that information on to you guys, and then you guys could do it at your own leisure if you'd like to.
John, is there a deadline for us to get information to him and then a timeline for his report?
His report, he's going to present to the Board of Selectmen, which I understand, I think it's on December 9th. He does have, if I can get into my email, I can tell you, there are dates that he has available, which you would have to call, schedule a time, and he'd do a Zoom meeting with you or a WebEx meeting with you guys, with you individually or with you as a group or however you'd want to do it.
John, I have the dates here in front of me if you want them.
Sure, go ahead.
This actually came to us from Kieran Crosby. And he says, due to COVID, et cetera, please respond via email with your name, your first preference for time and your second preference for time. And the dates that he has marked out are Tuesday, November 17th from 10 to 6, Wednesday, November 18th, 10 to 6, Thursday, November 9th. But it sounds like you need to circle back to him to book a time.
Right.
Susan, can you distribute that? Can you send that to Sean or to me?
I have it.
Okay.
Once I get off of this, I'll send it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I have. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I just want to say, number one, welcome, Stephanie. I don't know if we covered that already. Welcome, Stephanie. We are very glad to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We look
It's a great
forward.
honor.
We are very happy to have you. We feel very blessed and grateful, and we look forward to your contributions and working with you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate everything that the fire department and the fire commission does. And like I said, it's a very great honor for me to be part of the wonderful fire commission. Thank you. And bear with me when I get up to speed with it. I have to get up to speed with everything. But I did read the minutes for the last 4 meetings on the agenda, and I'm not sure if you want me to vote on those or if you want me to abstain. Whatever you feel comfortable with is fine for me.
Yeah, I think because we just have to adopt and we have to approve all those minutes that you were not present for, it's probably appropriate for you to abstain, and we're going to do that next. Before we do that, I just want to thank the association for all your work on Truck or Treat. Thank you for giving the kids some semblance of normalcy and, trick or treat Halloween. I appreciate that. And I'm sure our residents appreciate that. And if there's anything we can help you do in connection with the plans that you're making for the upcoming holiday and Santa, please let us know.
Yes.
Okay, with that, do we want to, I would ask for a motion to approve the 19 and 20 minutes that have been circulated for approval.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Wait, hold on. Who, sorry, Karen, it's Tina. Who so moved? Who was that?
Bruce moved, Mike seconded, and
Mike Sifrino, Mike Horton.
Horton.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. I would ask for a vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions?
Me, Stephanie?
Stephanie? Okay.
Yep.
All right, motion passes. Thank you, everyone.